kicking us off February 8th, 8 a.m. here Pacific Notary Governance call. We've got a similar agenda as we usually run through. We'll do some intros, talk about metrics, look at how the notaries are doing, go through a couple open issues from our side, and then have time for community discussion. Normally these other two fine gentlemen would be here. They helped weigh in on this agenda, but as I mentioned, they're both out this week. So send all of your questions, comments, concerns my way, and I'll do my best to get to them. Ideally, comment in the notaries or in the Fil Plus Slack channels rather than DMs, and we'll get a faster response. So if this is your first time joining us, if you wanted to take a moment and pop into the chat window, just say hello, a little bit about your team. Alex, if you want to, we don't have a crowded call. If you want to just introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. I'm Alex Terrazas. I have been with PL for now 5 weeks, and I came into this not knowing a thing, and it's been a real learning experience. I'm working in the crypto econ lab as the technical program manager. So yeah, I'm just happy to learn about everything.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Alex. Let me know if you're not in some of those public Filecoin Slack channels for Filecoin Plus, we'll get you added. So running through some of our metrics, we've had a pretty exciting month, I would say. Some of these average time stats are looking pretty similar. Not a huge change in our average time to data cap overall or our time in the past 30 days. Still sitting at that 19-hour mark, with the average time for notary direct allocation being around 11 days, and still that first response being 5 days. So these metrics are looking pretty similar. This is where we're really seeing some of the action just in the volume of data cap that's going out. As we mentioned in a previous governance call, we increased the calculation step for the large data set allocations. So now clients can reach higher thresholds of allocation. We still start with that same lower amount and ramp up. It's just that we added more steps at the top. So with that, we're now getting to 12.5 petabytes being used in deals, which is very exciting. And I wanted to take a second and hype some of the graphs from another dashboard. The Starboard team are making a couple different tools for us, one of which you can view different deals and daily active deals in volume as of 2 days ago, when these stats were getting created. We're seeing that the rest of the network, or quote unquote regular, is about 18.4 petabytes, and Filecoin Plus is 13.7. So we're creeping up to that halfway point of the deal volume. We are beyond halfway of the active deal count. So it's very exciting. Filecoin Plus is continuing to accelerate. So this is a good sign for the overall health of the network, and also great work for the notaries and the various community members that are involved in this. And we want to keep seeing this acceleration while also holding on to those high standards of diligence that I know we have been using. So thumbs up, rocket emojis, that sort of thing. Looking at our notary activity, again, when I pulled these stats yesterday, so there may be some fluctuation based on signatures that happen. We were seeing 25 open direct client applications with about 24. I think when I opened it this morning, this was down to 21. I think some signatures from notaries came through last night, but 24 large data set that are awaiting signature. So if you're a notary, when we finish this call, if you want to pop over to the Filecoin Plus registry app, see if you have some direct applications for you, or if there's some LDNs. We've also made a couple of slight front-end changes to that where, let's see if I can pull this over, where we can see the proposer. This was a request from a notary. I think actually Meg was one of the ones who made this request. So now that the threshold is 2, this one is a little bit older, which is why it didn't come through, but you'll be able to see if you were the one who proposed it, and then it is still waiting on one more person to jump in and sign these. Some decimal issues that we're kind of working out the rounding errors there. So still making tweaks and adjustments as we go, but always exciting to see those front end changes. And then we've displayed this table a few times. Some of this information is what's going to get pushed into our Notary Leaderboard, which I'll talk about here in a moment. So some open issues to discuss: notary election dates, some changes to the rubric, that leaderboard, a Slack bot, and then a quick conversation about a specific issue top up. So let's see, for the slides here, we've got election dates finalized. Some of you have either already, most of the people on this call are already notaries, and we'll be opening that election if you want to apply to become, get a top up in your allocation and still be a notary. If you don't want to reapply and you're still operating in good faith, then you can just continue allocating out the remaining amount of data cap that you have. Excuse me. And then if you have some other interested community members that you want to let know about these elections, please tell them. It'd be tons of fun. So we're getting those dates posted and applications opening. These scoring rubric changes were proposed in a previous governance call. We're considering them approved. If someone still finds something outstanding that we missed, please comment and let us know. You can see the different metrics. We talked through these at a previous call, but those are there as well. We've mentioned this, the Notary Leaderboard grant has been issued. We have a couple different deliverables and tiers that we're looking through. The goal here is to have a public facing dashboard that showcases the success of our notaries. So a couple different stats about direct notary behavior, responsiveness, LDN participation, and really we want to try and take some of our existing dashboards and just make them a little more personalized and a little more specialized to the good work that the notaries are doing. There, in the fall, we had a Slack bot get developed. It's basically a little lightweight piece of software that is going to watch GitHub, and we can point it at a couple different GitHub repos, and it will look for issues with a couple different tags and post in different Slack channels. So for example, one of the goals of this is we will have it plugged into the Fil Plus Notaries channel, and it will look for direct client open issues that are verifying. It will look for large data set issues that are ready to sign, and it will look for large data set issues that need diligence, where there's some kind of question back and forth. And then the goal is every Wednesday, it will post and say there's X number of issues that need diligence, and here's a link to each of those. We're trying to find other ways to keep getting in touch with notaries to let them know about actions that are available to them. If you have ideas, if email, some kind of email digest would be better, let us know what works for you. We're trying to find ways to kind of decrease that response time and give you a more concise place to go look. It also helps us celebrate kind of that change. So we may be posting in the public Fil Plus channel to say, number of open issues this week compared to last week, just to highlight how much work we are doing. It may also be used in other broader community channels, specifically around FIPs, to say there's here's a new FIP that is open, or however many are open, to help drive discussions on those kinds of topics. So stay tuned for those. If you see something in one of those channels, that's what it's about. If you find any typos or errors, absolutely let us know, and we can work on getting them corrected. Then I want to, didn't make a slide for this because it came up this morning. Issue number 68, there was a slight glitch apparently in the conversion of this issue. I just wanted to get some opinions here. The allocation was requesting 1.5 petabytes, which showed on the front end. But when that message was created, basically when the bot started to actually construct the message, it rounded it down to 1 petabyte. I guess it just had to do with how they were converting from a decimal petabyte and where they started rounding. So the question here to pose to the notaries that are on the call, do we want to kick off a manual request for half a petabyte? Or since this is already a pretty large allocation, do we want to just wait for this allocation to get utilized, and then the next allocation would be even higher because it would still follow that next allocation plan? So, or some third option that I'm not thinking of. Would love if somebody has an opinion, drop it in chat or raise a hand, unmute. Let me know what you guys think. I'll wait.
Hi, Gavin. So, which I was approved this issue for this client. So maybe I will double check with them if they want manually add another 500 TB, or they would like to have this 500 TB for the next round allocation. I will double check them.
Okay, your vote is just ask the client.
Yep.
Sounds good. To see if we kick off a manual and it's still going to take 2 signatures, so it may still slow down anyway, versus waiting for the next allocation to just be larger.
Yeah, because he sent me an email, ask the question, why is only 1 PB allocated for them? So I come to I mean, sorry, I missed the name. That's
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio, yes, I come to him. So ask help from them. Okay, I will check with them and give it back to you.
Okay, yeah, if you want to just comment in this issue, that'd be great. And then we'll just go from there.
Yep, thank you.
Sounds good, thank you. If anyone else has thoughts, it's an open forum on that. So happy to hear. So at that point, that was all the agenda that we had. It's like we said, we've been working really hard on the summit and the election and getting that election information together. We don't yet have an update from the summit that K-Ray and Deep and I were hosting last week. We're still consolidating our overall goals for the program and putting that together into a document. We will be sharing that once that documentation is ready. It's not going to be anything too exciting or surprising for everyone that's been following along. It's a lot of sort of pushing some of the conversations that we've been having further around the structure of the program in the next 6 months. Nothing drastic. We'll let you know. So at this point, open forum. Questions from the community.
Hi, are we waiting for someone to present for the community discussion?
No, if anyone has an open topic.
Yeah, I have some open topic. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I will stop sharing. And you should be able to, but let me know. I might need to change the permissions.
Cool, thanks. Well, I'm doing first time sharing in Zoom, so
Okay.
see if it works. Just going to share.
Yes, we
Okay.
can see your PowerPoint slide.
Sounds good, thank you. So my name is Shinan. I'm from Tech Ready Incorporation. I have been so I've been selected for assignment for Slingshot Restore program. I think all of you are aware of that. I want to share the progress, and I also want to share my new applications, which asks for more data cap allocations. So the current progress is already kind of completed. It's already meeting the minimum bar, which is 5 times replica for each data set. This is actually a screenshot from the Slingshot Restore website. You can see that I have 5 different data sets marked as complete state. Each of them has been at least replicated 5 times. Those are 5 different data sets that have been assigned to me. So this is thanks for the data cap that is granted by the notaries. This is this application. Want to go over my achievements. It is a completion of 6 different data sets, and all of them have been replicated at least 5 times. And all of the providers are actually those certified or verified entities that are approved by Polygon Lab. I'm just listing a few names that you probably already recognize all of them. And this is a screenshot from the File Plus minor breakdown. You can see that all of different minors here. Of course, the Slingshot Restore program actually use both verified deals as well as unverified deals. So, the minor breakdown in the File Plus website is not going to be a full complete breakdown because there's also lots of unverified deals for Slingshot Restore program. So this kind of the status of my Slingshot Restore project. I will say that it's a huge success. I think I'm one of the top team that actually completed in time. So now actually I want to ask for more because after a huge success on my first assignment, I actually have been assigned 2 new assignments. So I will have to require another petabyte of data cap. So this is a screenshot from the client info that is provided by the Polygon Lab. I was assigned data set, the assignment number 12, which is 6 different data sets I can see. And I've also been assigned data set 11 and data set 10, which both of them have to be 500 petabytes of data need to be stored on the network. So I feel like I have 2 options. One is that for my existing application, I can ask for increasing the total data cap allocation. Right now it's 1 petabyte. I can ask for another 1 petabyte. I'm not sure if it's technically possible with the notary and the bot. Another option is to create a new data cap application, which is for those 2 new assignments. Not sure if you guys have any suggestions or comments on what way I should go.
What we have done in the past is have people submit another application, and that just helps us track it. But I saw Wynan start to unmute. Did you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I'm driving at the moment and I have some problems with my audio. But I just wondered because I spoke to Deep last Friday and he said he was not sure about new assignments coming up. So, yeah, just that.
Okay, so it sounds like we can also check with Deep and the Slingshot team about new assignments and then submitting a new application for that top up.
So just to clarify, those assignments actually assigned about 2 weeks ago, because actually I've already started those projects with my current application, but 1 petabyte is definitely not enough for 3 projects. So actually, if I can share the screen, give me a second. Let me just check if I can share my web page. Okay, let me stop share this one and instead share the whole page. Okay, there you go. So can you see it?
We still, oh, there,
Okay, cool.
It just changed.
So those are the ones that I've already completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think one of them is not mine. And I'm currently working on those 2 projects. Those are the new assignments that have been assigned to me 3 weeks ago. That's in code 2020 and in code 2021. I've achieved some of them, three times replication. This is also 3 times replication, but still need more for the additional copies to reach the 5 times replica. So that's what I'm asking for. I need a little bit more data cap just for those 2 projects to be completed. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of my first ask here is to, I can connect you to Deep to make sure he is aware of this. I already talked to Deep. I think he will be fully supporting on this. So that's my first ask in this meeting. And my other ask is about the regular Slingshot. So I already have prepared a data set for GHTorrent and public blockchain data sets. I think because we have been a huge success in the Slingshot Restore program, we want to replicate that success to the regular Slingshot to store with the same quality and same requirements as we were in the Slingshot Restore program. So what we're committing to do is also use those certified storage providers that is approved by Political Lab, which I have shown the list, and also reach at least 5 replicas for each data set. Well, it will be a combination of both verified and unverified deals, because not all of my providers have enough collateral for verified deals. So I have submitted 2 new requests. One is for GHTorrent, one is for public blockchain data sets. One is for 500 terabyte, another is for 1 petabyte. I think because we have already demonstrated the success in the Slingshot Restore program, I really want to continue that success, continue the stretch to make sure we are bringing more success to the Filecoin platform with the regular Slingshot programs.
Awesome. So it sounds like you've opened 181 and 182. Is that correct?
And I think there's also 237. No, sorry.
Okay, yeah, losing track of all of the numbers.
So this is the assignment 2 and 3. This is 227.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. And then in 227 is the restore program
yes.
2. Yeah, if you want to just tag Deep in that one as well, because he just to get his sign off on the restore, because he knows more about the status of the restore program.
Just add him. Is that right?
Yeah, just add him and.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then we'll work on getting those 3 approved through governance and in front of the root key holders and the notaries, because we have some other restore that are going through the same thing where they are running out of the amount that they requested, and it is harder to, it's not impossible, but it's harder to top up the existing LDN. So it's easier to just start a new one, because we've also had some notary address changes and things like that.
Is it a good way for me to follow up with the notaries?
What do you mean?
Say that if I don't receive any response I know, like, actually for a lot of a lot of data cap applications, there's kind of a no response, or is it a
We've just been very, as you can see, we are now getting something like 2 new ones a day. So we're just very behind. So it is on my priority list this week to get those all across the finish line, or get questions to all of the clients.
Okay.
And now it's on. Yeah. It's on recording. You've heard it here, folks.
Okay, cool. I'll refer to this YouTube link. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. And good work on the restore projects.
Thank you. I want to see, how can I get a pause share?
Here, I'll take back over.
Okay, that's great.
Here we go. Sharing this screen, so people can jump in and see the various large data set issues. Just wanted to also highlight while we have this open. Starboard team has made some interesting dashboards for us. And this is where I was pulling that information to show deal volume of Filecoin Plus. It was also mentioned just a second ago about storage provider collateral, and just calling out the collateral that is getting locked up on the network, which helps change some of the economics, which is very exciting. You can see sort of in the past number of weeks where a lot of that collateral is coming from in the Filecoin Plus program. So we're doing this program is doing a great job to like help shift sort of how that market value is behaving. So thanks everybody, and stop sharing and see if anyone else has other issues, and if not, happy to wrap early and give people time back.
Hi, Gavin. I just have a small question. So, regarding to the new notary election, so like, what is our like goals? Like, how many notaries are we expected to? I mean, the new notaries expected to have in each regions? Yeah.
So there was a conversation at the last governance call about, do we change how we're counting the regions to currently it was ideally 5 per region with a maximum of 7. We haven't made an official decision or proposal on changing that yet. So as it is right now, the plan would be to keep that the same. But once applications come in, we may need to adjust and just see. So it's kind of going to be a little bit of a balancing act of where do we get really high value applications, and does it make sense to sort of change, maybe we collapse China as a region back into the rest of Asia so that those notaries can work across China and other regions like Korea. Maybe we break it out even further. Maybe we change it completely and say that a notary could be in multiple regions. We have sort of a hope that we will double the number of notaries overall, but we're not going to compromise our like notary standards just to take more notaries. So it's it's a balancing act. Would love to hear if we have a proposed idea or solution for what we should do for the regions. Happy to hear from others about their opinion.
Okay, so when will it be like finalized?
Once the applications come in, we will then we'll have time from when the applications come in to when we could discuss them on a governance call, and we can post a governance issue, and we can say, we've gotten this many really good applications in this region. Here's a proposed solution. So we'll have that conversation before we ratify the next round of elections, but we want to open the election cycle and get the applications and then see, because it's not worth us trying to make a very complicated change or new rule and then we don't get any applications, or we get a lot of applications from a totally different region. So that's why we're saying a little bit of, we have a policy in place. If we keep the same policy, we know that it mostly works, but let's get the applications in and then talk to the community and decide.
Okay, got it.
That's the plan right now. All right, okay, get started. Happy Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is. For me over here, we've got a 4 p.m. nice sunny day. San Francisco apparently is going to hit 80 this week, which is just wacky for February. But hopefully you're all enjoying good weather where you are. Jumping in our agenda, the call earlier today, we were able to wrap up pretty quickly. We don't have a ton on the agenda right now. Both Deep and K-Ray are out this week. And we've really been focusing our energy the past 2 weeks on a summit, which we will have some more information to share out with you at the next governance call. We're still kind of typing up the summary recap information. We'll post that. And it shouldn't be anything too incredibly surprising, but just kind of going over some of the programmatic goals and KPIs that we are targeting for sort of the next few months. But we'll go through introductions, metrics, notary activity. There's a handful of open issues to talk about, and then we'll have time for community discussion. So any issues that you want to bring up, definitely have time at the end. So typically I'm joined by these other two gentlemen on the governance team. Like I said, they're out this week. So any issues that come up, you can post in either the Fil Plus Slack channel or the Fil Plus Notaries channel and tag me. It's better than a DM. So post in those public channels, and someone else may also have the same question or an answer for you faster than I can get to it. So as usual, we like to try and hear from new people on this call. If you're joining us, go ahead and take a second. We won't make you necessarily unmute and introduce yourself. If you want to just post in the chat channel who you are, so we can say hello and welcome people from the community. But we'll keep running through some of these metrics that we talk about. Our times to data cap are looking about the same as they did 2 weeks ago. Average time still at that 1 day, 18-hour mark, average overall. And then time in the past 30 days is about 19 hours. It's pretty similar to what it was past updates. And time direct notary activity at 11 days. We're still getting our stats for LDNs specifically. So we are tracking those events. It's just we've changed a couple of the ways the APIs function, so we haven't yet posted on any of our dashboards those LDN timing calculations, but it's in the works, so we'll have both the direct notary and that LDN. Still seeing that 5 days as an average time to response from a notary, so hoping to keep thinking about ways to bring that number down. Where we have some really exciting traction is around the volume of activity in Filecoin Plus. So we're crossing over 3 petabytes of total amount to clients directly, and 2.3 of that being used in deals, 24 petabytes making its way to clients through the LDN process, and over 12 and a half of that being used in deals. Very exciting metrics here. What's even more encouraging to me is when we pull these stats in comparison to the network overall. So Starboard is a team that's been putting together a couple different tools for us, including some deal dashboards and some storage provider kind of ROI calculators. Check them out. But looking at a snapshot, this was as of the 6th. So already this information's a couple days old, but still pretty relevant. The daily active deals based on size in petabytes. The rest of the network is at 18 and Filecoin Plus at 13.7 petabytes. So creeping up to half of that volume, but we have already surpassed the daily active deal count, which is very exciting. So we have 878,000 daily active verified deals. A lot of this traction is coming from some of the programmatic improvements that we've made, some notaries like really stepping up and getting involved, and also a lot of the work that has been done around Slingshot Restore. So I wanted to call out the participants of that program on all sides, clients and storage providers, on getting more of this good data onto the network. So stepping from those high level metrics and looking at some notary metrics, when I pulled these yesterday, we had 25 open direct client applications. I know there was a bug that both Danny and Meg called out on this issue. I brought it up with the Kiko team this morning. They said that they pushed a fix. sounds like Meg is still hitting that error this afternoon. So it may still be open, but we flagged it for them. So we're looking into a possible error on the front end, something about the specific way that it's converting bytes, possibly. So we'll stay tuned to see if that is an ongoing persistent issue. When I checked yesterday, there were 24 large data sets awaiting notary signatures. So if we finish this call early and you're a notary and want to go jump in and audit some of those large data sets, please do so. And then just a table view of our current notary activity. And this kind of leads us off into some of the work that we'll be doing on the Notary Leader board. So an announcement on that in a second. But first, something I think you have all been hungry to know about: the election dates have been finalized. So applications are going to be opening February 21st through to March 4th. There have been a few changes to the application template. If you are on this call and you are a current notary and you would like to get more data cap, then you will need to reapply for a new tranche of data cap. If you're a notary and you are just happy to draw down the amount of data cap that you had and you are still operating in good faith, you don't need to reapply. There will probably be some changes to some structural things, so we'll want to confirm with those notaries that they do still want to be engaged for things like LDNs. But our goal is to then do some application scoring and follow-up. There's a time for back and forth to people that submit an application. We give them time to clarify something or provide more information. If there's something that we want to get a little bit more detail around. And then ideally, we will be announcing by March 22nd and ratifying those elections. So those dates we're happy about. There've been a few changes, some minor changes to the way those rubrics are going to be scored. We talked about these issues in the past. You can check them out on GitHub and see those issues posted. If there's something, even if that issue has been closed and has been approved, but there's something that you catch that is an error or something that we missed in a calculation or something you're really concerned about, feel free to open another discussion topic or open a question or Slack somebody. Just because we have closed it, we've had multiple eyes look at these, but we could still miss something. So we want to make sure if there's something that is there, let us know. There was also a question this morning around regions. This was something that was brought up 2 weeks ago at the governance call. Our current plan is to stick with the current region requirement, which is 5 notaries per region with a maximum of 7 in the case of a tie, and to keep Asia as a whole region separated by China and then the rest of Asia because of the disproportionate number of engaged community members. We have heard that that might not be the best model, that there are some notaries that want to be able to operate across different regions, that there is some increasing interest in figuring out a way to roll China into the rest of Asia as far as this calculation goes, or maybe even get rid of this regional requirement altogether. There's also an interest in increasing the overall number of notaries. We're at about 23. We would like to double that number. That said, as far as doubling goes, we still have a very robust scoring rubric. We're not just going to accept any notaries just to try and hit a perceived threshold number. We want to still have high fidelity and high trust in the notaries that we ratify. And also, we would like to have an opportunity to get the applications in. They are all public available. People can see all of the applications as they come into GitHub. And we want to just see who is applying and where they are applying from. It may be that we can keep the same structure with 5 per region, maximum 7 in the event of a tie. It may be that we have significantly more notaries applying from one region or another, and we would want to then discuss that. So at this time, we haven't made an official proposal about changing that regional plan. Our hope was to have the applications open and just start to see what comes in. So if you have thoughts or concerns about that, it's our current allocation, regional allocation decision is no decision. Other update is around the Notary Leaderboard. This grant has gone out. Alessandra joined us on a call, I think 2 weeks ago, governance call. We are very excited to start working on this. Again, it will be a public-facing dashboard specializing around showcasing some of these notary statistics. So how many applications are getting granted, what is the time to granting them, how quickly are they closing. This is less about a audit trail in the sense of some of the other dashboards where you can really click through and trace who's the allocation to, who do they go on to make deals with. And this is more about a snapshot of sort of notary success on a couple of those metrics. So excited to start working on that. It will be public. We'll be getting feedback on things for the leaderboard. Other technical improvements in the fall, the foundation funded a Slack bot with the goal to basically watch a couple different GitHub repos, look for updates, and on a weekly cadence be able to post links to certain types of issues, so that we have a couple different use cases for this in mind. Some of them are specific to Filecoin Plus. For example, looking at the Filecoin Plus Notaries channel, and perhaps every Wednesday posting a comment that says, "Happy Wednesday, there are 25 direct applications, and there are 7 large data set issues that need diligence, and here are the links to those 7, and there are 21 large data sets that are ready to sign." It may also be used by Caitlin and some of the broader governance gurus to post with open FIPS. And so, for example, posting in other broad Filecoin public channels to say, reminder, there are these FIP topics open for discussion, go check them out. Our goal here is to try and find ways to kind of cross-connect the conversations that are happening on GitHub and Slack and remind people of what's going on. So those ideally are going to be rolling out this month in a couple of those channels. So if you see some of those bots, that is, if you see a bot added to a channel, that's the permissioning there. And we had one other thing that came up this morning. Issue number 68 was around topping up this issue. Let me just pull up that issue here. The bot was requesting 1.5 petabytes for that next allocation, but again, based on a calculation that was happening in the back end, when it went to actually construct that message, it was changing it and rounding it down to 1 petabyte. So this 1 petabyte allocation successfully went through. It was proposed and approved. The question was around, do we manually kick off another allocation for 0.5 petabyte now, which would require 2 more notaries to jump in and sign it, or do we wait and just scale up that next allocation accordingly based on what it should have been? And I think the author of this issue is actually on the call. So if you wanted to comment or unmute and let us know if you have a preference for us kicking off a manual request for 0.5 petabyte or waiting for the next allocation and having the next allocation scale up. Okay, well. We'll see. Might be having like mic or tech issues. We can always put a pin in it because those were all of the updates from the governance team. Like I said, this week's updates were on the lighter side. We've been working hard on that summit and getting ready for the elections. I think that the next couple of governance meetings are going to be a little bit more exciting. So at this point, if there are other community discussion topics or issues that you want to bring up, raise a hand, unmute, drop it in the chat. The floor is yours. Yes, go for it.
Hi everyone, my name is Xing'an. I presented this morning, but I want to present again to get support from notaries. Let me share my screen and let me drop my hand first. Lower my hand, yes. Okay, share screen. There you go. Share. All right, so I first I want to thank to Filecoin Plus notaries and this program because it actually bring huge success to the Slingshot Restore project that I have. As all of you already know, the Slingshot Restore project is to recover some 40 sectors, 40 deals that that was due to some kind of an incident last year. And every one of us are assigned certain assignments to complete 100 terabyte of data set. And I'm among one of the top teams who have complete our first assignment. This is screenshotted from the Slingshot Restore website. We have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 6. The one is not showing here, but yeah, we have completed 6 data set, different data set. Each of them had been replicated 5 times. And a good part of this project is that it only allows using storage provider that are verified entities approved by Protocol Lab. You can see that you probably acknowledge certain names like Picnics, U Storage. This is me, Fei Yan, and other individuals. You can also see that the miner breakdown is bringing in multiple different miners. And actually, I've been sending out both verified deals and unverified deals. So it actually is there's more miners involved here. Yeah, so now after this successful completion of my first assignment, I was also actually assigned 2 more assignments. And hence I'm actually having a new data cap application for those two remaining assignments. And thank you, Galen. I think you approved it this morning. Right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks. So yeah. So I do want to make sure that I want to replicate the success and help restore more data for Slingshot Restore program and utilize the power of Filecoin Plus, and hopefully it can help accelerate the process and make the Filecoin ecosystem better. So yeah. So this is my first application, and I want to present to you. And similarly, this is for Restore. I also have a project for regular Slingshot because I feel like I can also replicate the success to regular Slingshot programs. I actually already have downloaded the dataset for DHTorrent and public blockchain datasets. I've created 2 different applications for each of them. And I think Galen has approved those 2 as well. Thank you, Galen. Yeah, so, and I will be committed to continue with using the same pattern as the Slingshot Restore program, which means 5 times replica for each dataset, as well as I'll be only using those certified storage miners approved by Protocol Lab. And of course, I'll be using both verified deals and unverified deals depending on the preference from the miner, from the storage providers. But yeah, but here it is. Yeah, so those are the projects I would like to present, and I hope I can get some support from you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, great work. Another large data set. I think technically the other LDN has like 37 tebibytes or 27 tebibytes left in it, but I think we'll probably, rather than do that out as an allocation, we may just like close that issue once the next ones get approved by root key holders. Hopefully that happens this week. And then notaries, thank you for watching out for all these different Slingshot Restore, as well as the general Slingshot programs. So
cool.
Great work.
Is David having a question?
We're gonna find out. David?
Hi, thank you guys for taking the time to chat. I'd like to just do a quick presenter on Coffee Cloud. We were submitted to be a notary, and we have a little bit of an introduction for our company.
Give me a second. I'm trying to unshare my screen. I still haven't figured out how to do that.
No problem.
Galen, could you mind taking it away
Yes.
from me? Oh, I find
Yes,
it. Stop share.
there
Okay,
we go.
cool. Okay, I have one more question before David.
Yes,
So
sure.
you mentioned again. You mentioned that it need to be approved by the root key holder. And may I know who's the root key holder and who I may know? There's no root key?
No, the root key holders are there's root key holders at a couple different organizations. Currently, I think there's 7 addresses that are root key holders. And so
they will work on it when they have time.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. We communicate with them, and we have a pretty good line to get to them, and we should have response back by like the end of this week.
Okay, thank you so much.
They just have to audit all of the different notary requests, and then they approve each of the notary requests. It's a threshold of 2.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm just sharing my screen now. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah, we can see your.
Okay, fantastic. So a little bit of an introduction about who we are. My name is David Toms. I'm from Coffee Cloud, and on the call with me is also our Chief Technology Officer, Job. We're a data storage solution company based here in Hong Kong, and we've been members of the the Filecoin community since 2020, where we've been mining and dealing with different scalable and sizable solutions in terms of data centers and data storage technology. We're based here in Hong Kong. We have a very small team. We're a startup organization. And we're looking to basically dive a little bit more into the Filecoin community over the next year and really take a more active role within it. Our business is basically looking to become a flexible solution and also support traditional storage, as well as become a decentralized specialist in data storage. Our target customers right now are in Hong Kong mainly, but we also are looking at APAC, China, and beyond as well. We're looking to drive awareness initially in Hong Kong, and we're also very, like I said before, we're a very small and dynamic team, used to working very, very fast and looking to grow a lot this year. Our main speciality is in data storage and DCIM, and we're looking at developing our DCIM software and technology over the next year and really kind of taking that to the next level. It's basically supporting our own operations as well as our clients. We also offer a variety of other different solutions to help support our clients and our customers, including cloud hosting, software services, web services. But our main pride is on data storage. And right now we're looking at working with a series of partners, including the Hong Kong Blockchain Association, and then on top of that, other educational institutions within Hong Kong. So this is where the data cap comes in, because we want to basically start to nurture this ecosystem within Hong Kong and really kind of grow the community here. And in particular, we want to start working with the technology departments and basically really become a champion for Hong Kong, for Filecoin within the Hong Kong region, and really kind of start to build up the community here and take it to the next level this year. So that's why we were looking to become notaries and why we were looking to start with the data cap. Within this idea, we understand the importance of transparency within the entire process. And along these lines, we've created based off our initial notary application, a very, very simple Google form that also automatically uploads all the information to a public Google Sheet, where everything can be reviewed by ourselves, our team, and also by the community itself, and allows everyone to comment and then basically give feedback in terms of evaluation. So it's all very, very transparent and easy to understand, and we've tried to keep it as straightforward as possible. That's a little bit of an introduction about us and kind of who we are and what we're trying to do. Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and hopefully we can move the whole process forward. And if there's anything we need to change or adjust, we're very, very welcome for any kind of input and feedback. That's our main thing. We're very flexible, but like I said, we're a small team, and we're able to move very, very quickly on it. So thank you very much, Galen, for giving me the opportunity to speak this morning.
Thank you guys. Let's just pause for a second and see if any of the other notaries had questions. Anybody on the call had questions for the David and Job from the Coffee Cloud team?
Sounds great.
Yeah, you guys can find us in Slack. Please comment on GitHub. We're very welcome for feedback to move things along. We're very responsive, and great to kind of jumping in and joining the community. So we're looking forward to the next few months and working with you guys. So yeah, if there's anything we can help with or any projects, just give us a shout.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, we're stoked. I've seen the application come in. Like I mentioned, there may have been a couple small changes to the rubric, so we'll reach back out to people that have submitted an application already, because there may just be one or two questions that we either changed the wording on or added, and we just want to make sure that you have seen kind of the most recent version. So we'll ping you back once those applications officially open at the end of this month. So thank you.
Awesome, Galen. Thank you. Like I said, we're welcome to change and any adjustment switches are needed.